Birds and Swords. I'm Micah.
I'm Zach.
Zach is with us tonight, and Alyssa, as always. It's been a little while. What have you guys been up to?
Oh, just got married and stuff.
You got married? I actually cut a couple.
Oh, it's us.
There you are. I really like this one because this is the best one, at least that you guys have gotten so far, that shows the landscape of truly where you are. So tell everybody, well, first of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
You did it. Legally binding and all that shit. And yeah. Tell us how the wedding went.
It went great. Do I keep going? Are we still on?
Well, stop now that you said that.
I didn't know if you were still on. I didn't know if it all cut out.
No, everything's going still.
Oh, okay.
Oh, what the fuck?
Okay.
Oh, remember? That's why mom and dad gave it to me.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I was like, well, what's wrong with it? And dad goes, it just shuts off sometimes. That's the first time I've seen it do it.
Okay. All right.
Jesus.
Okay. Lead me back into it. I got this.
Back on track. You guys got married in beautiful Colorado. Tell us where. Tell us all about it.
Yeah, we practically eloped with just close friends and family out to Denver and spent about a week there and went up into the mountain and said our I-dos. It was super fun. It was beautiful. We were worried when we first got there because it was like a blizzard. Like they got 6 inches of snow. And then we messaged the planner and we were like, are we going to have to pivot and get married somewhere else because the road to our spot is closed from the weather? He's like, no, it'll be fine. And sure enough, by the end of the day, it was like 70 degrees and all the snow had melted.
Wow.
It was crazy.
So where's this? Or did you say?
It was Denver.
This is that where you're standing is not Denver.
Outside of Silverthorne or Dillon area.
Technically Dillon. It's called Sapphire Point Overlook.
Okay.
Well, this wasn't that, but yeah, this was not Sapphire Point.
So true.
You don't even know where you got married. You remember when?
I was really drunk.
This ceremony was at Sapphire Point Overlook.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So at least in that area, and
Snake River Inlet.
And I think I asked you last time what was the elevation, and I think you knew it or you knew about what it was.
Is it like 11,000?
No clue.
Way up there. I could feel it.
Yeah.
All I knew is that the altitude affected everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got drunk faster. We got high faster.
I don't know if we could say that. Yeah. We would get...
You can totally say it.
Okay. Yeah, it would be like 2 shots in and we'd be feeling buzzed. I'm like, what's going on? And someone's like, it's the altitude.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, but for real. And they're like, yeah,
it became actually a joke among our group. Like every time, if you would trip, you'd be like, oh, it's the altitude. Everybody blamed everything on the altitude.
That's funny. That's a good way to go. It is way up there. I mean, if you say it's 11,000, it's probably around that. I was telling you about the same kind of situation. I went to a wedding in Colorado in the middle of winter. And the place where we stay was like 10,800 feet elevation or something. And it super, super does affect everything.
Yeah. Yeah. It was gorgeous. Amazing. Perfect wedding.
You guys look great. I'll say it's totally not on the nose because that's like a negative connotation. It totally tracks that you wore a black dress and he wore a white suit.
Yes. Thank you.
Because those are your personalities. Not that you're the bride, you're not.
No, I get it.
He's pure.
As soon as she said black dress, I'm like, yes, I get to wear a white tux.
It's just like how you guys wanted then. That's great.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the suit first. I know we usually talk about the bride first, but the suit is fly.
So good.
If you see it up close, it's got some really cool, almost tribal looking trim on it.
Yeah, it's
something.
I forgot the word for it, but it's almost tribal, almost floral.
Yeah,
so very patterned, but it's in silver inlay.
Gorgeous. And he found it all on his own. No help from me.
Yeah, I pieced it together online, actually.
Did you just did you have it shipped out there? Or did you take it with you?
Had it shipped home, make sure it fit nice.
Arrived 2 days before we had to go.
What if it didn't fit?
In time.
You've been screwed.
Yeah, would have probably called some tailors in Denver.
Just think if the pants would have been way too short. You could see your ankles or something. That'd have been funny.
Right. I got a nice crisp grant if you can get me in today.
Well, 6 hours before our flight, he called me and Jesse in the living room and he's like, hey, if I try this on, can you tell me if I need to get it tailored? And I was like, a little late for that, bud.
Yeah, it'd have to be a speed tailor.
Yeah.
You need you need the DeLorean. You'd have to go back in time.
Yeah. Well, I did a vast amount of research before I purchased it. So I was pretty confident that this was going to
Be the one.
be good to go.
Yeah.
I figured I'd need to get my pants hemmed and, little things, but
No, it's good, and you rocked it. You look great. You did your hair a little different, though. In a way I've never seen, at least. I don't think.
I love it.
The same woman that did the bridesmaid's hair, I just told her I wanted braids, and she worked her magic.
It's almost like you have a big ponytail, though, too.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
You got multiple things
It's-
going on.
It's 2 braids coming into the ponytail, and then another 2 from the back that loop together and down.
Yeah. Sharp.
Yeah, you looked great.
Someone said I look like a cross between like Legolas and
Ooh, I can see Legolas.
and some kind of like warrior or something. And
Yeah.
I was like, well, that is exactly what I was going for. So cool. Thank you so much.
Nailed it in shoes, even. Yeah. All right, Alyssa, beautiful. I can tell you just got the red hair tint and everything.
Yeah.
Tell us about the dress, I guess. I think it looks awesome. You got the veil going on, which is great too.
Yeah, I Googled black wedding dresses in Milwaukee and and there was one place and they were awesome. They had tons of options for me. I was never really someone that like pictured myself in a wedding dress. So like when you fill out the application for the appointment, they ask you like, what style? Who's your favorite like dress designer? And I had nothing. And they're like, post your Pinterest wedding board. And I was like, I literally don't know. And so they were great. I mean, if I were to picture myself in a dress, it would have been this one. I loved it. The only thing was I couldn't lift my arms in it.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
I almost ripped it once because I like was excited and grabbed her hand, and it was caught.
Yeah. And I knew I wanted a big dramatic veil. So
Yeah, you got it.
yeah.
Hair
So
looks good.
love it.
Looks like you can't tell from here, or I haven't seen all the pictures. Looks like a good cleavage dress.
Oh yeah. Had to show off the boobs.
That's one of
Them
your
things
that's
were
one of your-
out.
It's one of your positive things.
yeah.
Well, you usually see good cleavage from brides, I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know
Well,
what I
my
mean?
my big thing that I wanted was a corset. I wanted to pull in the waist, especially because I put on a bunch of weight before the wedding.
You're like, let's eat.
yeah, I was like,
we're
let's
getting married.
celebrate.
Let's eat.
So I had literally had Natasha put her foot on my back and pull the corset with like her whole body. So I have like scars from it.
Yeah, it's like what you see in the movies.
Yeah.
It's great.
She really was in her Renaissance era. Just like, can you breathe? No, good.
yeah.
So the pictures look really cool. Do you know when you're going to get all of them? Because there's got
Should
to
be any day now.
there should be some like good. Just that story made me think of there should be some good like candids. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like those are usually the best part.
And we took a ton of photos, just us two. So I think we should be getting them any day now because these were like the sneak peeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was one that we both fell in the snow, and we told him to keep the derpy ones in. So we're really hoping he got one of
Yeah.
us. Just
Being
like,
stupid.
Yeah.
Let's move on
Oh,
to
cheers.
wedding tradition here. So you talked about not being able to raise your. So we're in the middle of the ceremony here.
Yeah.
Got the officiator here. So what's going on here?
Zach poured me a shot. So that was part of the ceremony. I lit his joint and he poured me a shot and I couldn't lift my arms. So
So how far into the service are we? It's like right at the beginning.
I mean, the
halfway.
service was only like 10 minutes. So probably around like halfway. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So whose idea was this?
Ours.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
just came up with.
Well,
what
our
should we do
officiant-
that's unique.
Our officiant asked if we wanted to do anything, and she knows us really well. She's like, "Do you want to like do shots or something?" And we are like, "Actually, yes," but like kind of our take on that.
And I asked I made sure the elopement ninja, he's called, was like 420 friendly and everything because I wanted to spark a joint on top of the mountain because it was 420. And then Alyssa was like, yeah, what if I do a shot? I'm like, that is such a great idea.
That is you guys.
Yeah, it was perfect.
That's what would happen.
Yeah,
This is a great picture though. Everybody's just full of joy while you're doing this, and everybody's like, "This is so Alyssa." That's what everybody is thinking.
Right. It's so true. I felt bad for the bridesmaids because I sparked the joint, took a couple hits, and passed it down, right? Because I didn't want to waste it, and I wasn't going to hold it the whole time.
Well, since you brought it up,
yeah,
here we are. This is a better look at the hair too.
Yeah.
So you've got like the warrior ponytail with the braids going in. But
Yes, sir. And the suit, you can see the pattern.
I love this photo. It's like a Renaissance painting, truly. Like we have the maid of honor and best man.
Natasha's reaching in.
Yeah, Jared's trying to help. We have everybody in there while we're trying to light the joint.
The expression on his face. Ooh.
Right. He's just here for it.
It's so good. I'm going to get this blown up on a canvas once we have a house.
You should. Like,
be above the fireplace.
that would be
make
perfect.
a blanket out of it. Order a blanket.
I love this photo.
Good. And you're staying in an illegal state, so it's fine.
Yeah.
This looks
Exactly.
is that a pre-roll?
Yep.
Got a pre-roll from one of the dispensaries there. Yeah, you're right. This is a good look at the suit. Yeah, that's a cool picture.
Yeah, I love that. It's my favorite picture we got so far.
Yeah, so I pass it down to the groomsmen, and then they give it to my side of the family, basically. That's in attendance.
She was talking about that last time. Yeah, she was like, just started passing it down.
Everyone got so stoned at our wedding.
But then the bridesmaids didn't really get a chance to get it, or they didn't get shots of their own, so they're just kind of like, oh yeah, have fun, guys.
That's great. Anything else you want to talk about with the wedding? I mean, you had a great time.
It was
It
amazing.
seemed like the families all got together in a genuine way.
Yeah, everyone was so nice and really genuinely our families and our friend groups are so different. Couldn't be more different. And everyone meshed so well. I mean, like meshed in ways that we didn't even expect. Like people
really
that we
surprised.
thought would really like not get along, hung out with each other. Oh, sorry, I thought I was cutting you off, so I was letting you go. But yeah, it was like very like unexpected friendships were formed kind of a deal.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
That's cool. And you're married now.
We did it.
Did it? Ooh, I haven't even seen your ring. I think it's
pretty cool.
Or did you?
Ask me
you
how
were
much it
trying
was.
to. You were trying to explain it to me. You're like, cost fucking $3,000. How much was it?
It was over 2,000.
It was over 2,000.
Yeah. And then he already lost it.
It is.
Found it in the garbage.
We don't know.
Especially the inside.
Yeah, I'm glad that he went with that. What is that? Rose gold?
White gold.
It looks like
White
it was made in Morrowind or something.
Yeah, it's so him.
It is. It is pretty you.
It's perfect.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
It's pretty you.
And all I need to do is enchant it.
And not throw it in the garbage.
Infuse it with some magic. Okay, well,
Bathroom
congratulations.
garbage, please.
Half the podcast is married, Mr. and Mrs.
Woo! We did it.
And you're doing a name change at some point, you said?
Yeah. Not to his, though.
Zach, you taking her name?
No. We're doing a hybrid one.
Got it.
Hybrid.
Hybrid. Okay. Well, we're going to take a quick break. Zach has been slaughtering Oblivion Remastered. I've been wanting to talk about that. We talked about Claire Obscura Expedition 33. We talked about how those games kind of come together. We wanted to bring him on and talk about that because they kind of dropped. Did they drop on the same day?
Close, like 2 days apart.
It was,
I think.
Yeah, it was very
I think it was
close.
unless it was, well, we bought it 2 days apart. I actually don't know.
Right.
Yeah,
I think
well-
Claire Obscure dropped a little bit before, but, it was an indie game. It didn't do a lot of advertising, so it got the hype started right when Oblivion dropped.
They both of you being the type of gamers that you are, man, just fell right in your laps.
Yep. It's
It was
perfect.
Perfect
Yeah.
for both of you.
Yeah.
We were so lucky.
All right, cool. We'll talk about that right after the break.
Thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring this episode. BetterHelp is the world's largest therapy service, and it's 100% online. With BetterHelp, you can tap into a network of over 25,000 licensed and experienced therapists who can help you with a wide range of issues. To get started, you just answer a few questions about your needs and preferences in therapy. That way, BetterHelp can match you with the right therapist from their network. Then you can talk to your therapist however you feel comfortable, whether it's via text, chat, phone, or video call. You can message your therapist at any time and schedule live sessions when it's convenient for you. If your therapist isn't the right fit for any reason, you can switch to a new therapist at no additional charge. With BetterHelp, you get the same professionalism and quality you expect from in-office therapy, but with a therapist who is custom picked for you, more scheduling flexibility, and at a more affordable price. Get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/thebarn. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/thebarn.
Welcome back to Birds and Swords Oblivion Cast. So it's time for Oblivion. What we're going to talk about first. Oblivion, the way it came out, right? So What was you just looked up the release dates, so still have to be fresh in your brain. What were the release
April
dates
22nd.
for Oblivion?
Yeah.
And then Clair Obscur was
April 24th.
okay. So these came out within 2 days of each other. This is like right when you guys got back home.
Yeah,
I think,
it was
too.
like the day after we got back,
So
or the day before.
yeah, it's like we're automatically like pairing and lumping these games together already.
Yeah.
Like they exist together. So you were talking about like one helped the other, kind of.
Well, that's what Zach was saying. I felt like they were totally such different games that they didn't really have effect on each other. Like for me, it was like the fans of turn-based RPG flocked to Clair Obscur, and the fans of like Bethesda open world flocked to Oblivion Remaster. It felt like they didn't harm each other. They were both just genuinely games that gave the fans what they wanted.
Yeah, and I agree with that. And for some reason, it just feels like it's the only release that the timing of them encouraged both of their fan bases to flock to it. Because I'm sure there were people on the fence like, oh yeah, Oblivion, I kind of like that game, haven't played it. And then they could have seen any of the good reviews of Clair Obscur saying how it wasn't like all these new games and how it like felt so refreshing.
And I saw a lot of things on, they like both helped each other's sales. So like everybody was playing RPGs basically, like whichever your style was, or if you were more nostalgic and you were playing Oblivion, or if you're more on the JRPG side, you were playing Clair Obscur. But it's crazy that they both came out within 2 days of each other. Were both the great successes that they've been. I didn't look up sales figures, but they've both been very well. Well, I actually saw Clair Obscur to 3.3 million in 33 days.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
That's like fate right there.
Yeah.
And
Amazing.
That's pretty good because I remember like Call of Duty would cats climbing up the back of my chair if you can see. Like Call of Duty usually in that first month would sell about 4 to 6 million. Was at like its peak. So the 3.3, no, that's like all in my brain, at least I have to compare it to. So that's like a wild success. I don't know what the Oblivion numbers are, but I bet they're super high because everybody that's playing PC at the very least is playing Oblivion.
Yeah, probably not as high as Clair, just because the JRPG.
I don't know.
I'd
argue that it's probably more than Clair Obscur.
They already have such a following. Like,
yeah, and Clair Obscur eked its way into like some mainstream gamers that weren't just playing RPG stuff. So, but this is about Oblivion. Are you looking something up for us?
Yeah, the sales. It's the third best-selling game of 2025, trailing Monster Hunter Wilds and Assassin's Creed Shadows.
People love Monster Hunter. I don't
get it. I tried
it's a lot of grinding.
Monster Hunter
it's
World or whatever.
Yeah, it's
I tried
grind, and you do the same stuff like over and over and over.
Bethesda announced Oblivion Remastered had surpassed 4 million players last week.
Okay.
Players.
So that's probably just on Steam. Even if it doesn't say that. Usually when they say
chunk of
this
them
amount
on
of players, that's like a Steam stat.
A big chunk on
Anyway,
Steam.
it's probably more. There's a lot of people gaming right now, including Zach playing Oblivion. So let's get into it. First of all, this start menu screen is fucking kick-ass. Love it.
Oh my gosh, I got goosebumps the first time I started it. I wish I had a 4K Elgato so you guys could see it.
So had you play, and this is all Zach gameplay we got here. There's like 20 minutes of it, so we'll just let it roll. So had you played Oblivion before, and if so, how much of it?
Yeah, it was funny. My brother texted me that I probably got a lot of hours in, and the first time I played it was on my oldest brother's Xbox
360, right?
360.
It's like one of the first 360 games, I feel like.
Yeah. He had like the first Assassin's Creed, a Madden, and Oblivion. So it was very early era.
Yeah, that's like a good trio to have on your 360 for sure.
Right.
So you did play it? Did you play it all the way through?
Yes. Yeah, I played a couple hours every day he had basketball, and I was home early from school. But I did pretty much everything.
It came out in March of 2006. So how old was Zach in March of 2006?
9.
So you're 9? You're 9 when this came out?
Yep.
Man, I was like out of college.
Yeah.
Like, fucking working for a living when this came out.
I think Jake would have been like a sophomore, junior in high school.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I can definitely see why he had it. Well, if you're 9, though, I could see yourself playing this.
Well, yeah, my older brother played it, and I saw swords, which I had so many toy swords at the time.
Yeah, you've always been a sword and shield dude.
Oh, yeah.
And your love for Lord of the Rings probably really played into this too.
Yeah, look at your horse, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's killer.
Best quest reward in the game.
I'll preface before we watch this entire video that you sent me some footage, and I do thank you for it. But 95% of it is at night. And all you had to do was wait. You can wait. You could just press start and go wait 8 hours, and it would be daytime. the most of this video is dark, and it happens at night. So fair warning, everybody. That's on Zach.
It is, and I didn't realize until I was done with it, and I needed to record. So.
The Oblivion stuff is great, but everything else, like in the natural world, is nighttime.
I should have,
for the most part. I tried to find a couple that were during the daytime.
But this is my wizard tower, so that is pretty cool.
It is dope. That's why I picked this part. Okay, so you played it a long time ago. So what are your thoughts? I mean, it's nice that you got to experience it, so you have something to compare it to. So how's the remaster as a remaster?
Oh my goodness, it's so good. I can't believe this is a remaster and not a remake. Like,
yeah, I feel like it's a remake too.
They kept every core aspect of it, even the fun, quirky stuff, but it looks so good that it just doesn't feel like a remaster. And I thought it looked good when I was playing on the living room TV, on the Xbox Series S, not full capabilities.
Yeah.
And then I put it on my Series X with a 4K monitor, and I could see the details in my armor. I almost got goosebumps again. I'm like, no way. This looks that good.
I thought you were playing on PC, but I guess the map has the cursor that you just do with the joystick then?
Yep.
Man, I thought you were playing on PC this whole time because I was wondering what your settings were. Okay.
Yeah, the map always has that cursor.
This is all on Xbox.
Yeah, I streamed through my PC with an Elgato. Shout out Elgato. Yeah. I need a 4K one, but great device. Love it. Streamed through my Xbox. So all this is recorded on Xbox.
Nice. So here's your dude.
Yeah.
I think I put this in here because you look at a lot of stuff. I don't know if you're doing it on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Your dude, I think you take your helmet off in a minute. Is it you?
Yeah, so I'm going through a bunch of the...
Because he's got the little mustache
Yeah.
and everything,
I helped him. I was like, no, that doesn't look like you. That looks more like you. Yeah.
I'm so bad at character creation, too. Like, it gets close, and then I send it. Because if I try to make it perfect, he'll end up looking so just ugly and wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm scrolling through a bunch of... and then a pantsless.
That's pretty.
I was laughing at your face, actually.
Oh, wow, thank you. Yeah. Yep. I know, it's close, right? Kind of.
Sure. What race and class and all that are you?
So I'm an Imperial. I created my own class.
So you're a human?
Yes.
That's like the royal natives, right?
In Oblivion, yes. Yes, it is.
Like the king is Imperial. Okay.
Yep, the Emperor is an Imperial.
Emperor. Got it.
Basically, the ruling race is Imperial in Cyrodiil, which is the land Oblivion takes place.
Good old Cyrodiil. So I played it as well. It was one of the first, like, truly, at least first-person open world games that I ever played. And another thing that's interesting is you play a lot of the game. Well, you're in first person now. But you play a lot of the game in third person, which I wouldn't ever switch to that ever.
Ever, really?
Yeah, I would stay in first person. It's a first person game. I feel like it's more immersive.
I agree that it is immersive.
I mean, you never get to look at how cool your dude looks, I guess, but
I know that's a big thing for me. I love my armor. Like, I am a knight, right? I live in heavy armor. I gotta see it. I spend all this time getting it, making sure it's the top notch. But also I actually just change an aspect to what I'm doing. So if I'm in like a cave, I'll be in the over the shoulder third person a lot. And then if I'm fighting, I'll be in back.
Okay. Yeah, and there is some dungeon gameplay, I think, coming up right here, actually. You had some good battles in dungeons. Yeah. So you're Imperial. I know you're magic. You don't use a lot of magic, at least in what you sent to me. You're mostly a physical combat guy.
I have no magic in my major skills.
Just not how you roll?
No. I mean, I don't need it, I've got a lot of health. My attacks do a lot of damage, so I just kind of go in swinging.
So
You focused a lot of your skills on, what was it, alchemy? And then the game kept crashing every time you went on the alchemy screen.
Well, yeah, and that's not a major skill either. But for those of you that are thinking about playing Oblivion or just started, not know where to go, alchemy is so versatile because there's so many ingredients early game, and you can crank them into potions.
this guy is coming at you. Sorry to interrupt.
I forgot you were supposed to be sneaky in this part, so I get attacked right away because I'm not in the robes.
No, I noticed. You actually like fire like a warning arrow or something, and then it detects you when you shoot the arrow, even though there's not an enemy on the screen. And then he just comes barreling out at you.
Yeah, I ended up having to attack everyone in that cave.
I'm surprised I left this in. You're just getting your ass whooped. Look at this. You're not even moving. You got up to get a drink of water or something.
Well, yeah, I kind of just used that guy. I felt bad for him, but
Playing with emotion.
yeah, like I said, I'm heavy armor, right? Got a lot of health, and I have a ring and amulet of reflection. So sometimes, if it's just one enemy, I'll let them hit me to increase my heavy armor skill.
Oh, okay. It's like an absorb.
Yeah, it's like per
to it.
hit.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah, so I'm like, okay, I could, get up, get a drink of water. He can attack me for 2 minutes before I'm low health.
So how much stealth do you play? You're in stealth here. I feel like you wouldn't do much. You just want to chop people up.
Yeah, on this build, not really any at all. You get extra sneak damage, of course, and usually I'll enchant my bow with something nice. So it'll be like a drain fatigue. So I'll get the sneak shot, and then when he's coming running at me, he's just a lot weaker for when I pull out my sword.
So those stat-driven things, I mean, you played like a ton of Skyrim. Like, do you feel like this game is as balanced and fair and creative and all of those things as much as Skyrim, or is it like taking a step back? Because I don't think they changed anything.
They changed the leveling process a little bit.
Ooh, I like the spider thing. Look at this.
Such beautiful design. I hate fighting them. You might see it here. The little thing can paralyze you. It's spiderling. The most annoying thing ever. So you'll just be fighting it and you won't even see the mini spider and then you'll fall over.
This part's funny too because he just chilled here. He's like sneaking. And they start fighting and shit and he just watches. I was like, I've got to put that in there. Because I'm pretty sure they start fighting and I think you go in eventually, but you let them wear each other down for a little bit.
Oh, there's a couple parts like that. I had to watch a village with two big families. I murdered their leaders and then made them think it was each other.
Oh, maybe you don't watch. Maybe you just go right in. What's like the broad overarching story of Oblivion?
Yeah, good timing.
The king or emperor dies at
You're
the very
ready for
beginning.
this. You've explained it to me so many times.
I have. Good timing. This is a main quest that it's showing right now. So the Mythic Dawn is a cult that is trying to bring Mehrunes Dagon back. Mehrunes Dagon.
And what is that?
He is a Daedric lord. So okay. Oblivion, what Alyssa didn't understand at first, is a realm of Dagon. So each Daedric lord has their own realm. And then there's like Earth. Earth is its own realm.
Except it's like hell, basically.
Yeah, his realm is one of the most messed up. A lot of the other ones, like Sheogorath is one of the DLCs for this game. His is just crazy. He likes to fuck around with people. So it still looks like Earth, but he'll just do wacky shit. But yeah, these guys are crazy. They want to bring him back. So the Emperor is of the royal bloodline, the Dragonborn, which Skyrim is about, right? So yeah, only his line can keep the dragon fires lit. So that's why they wanted to kill him, and they killed his sons before they killed him, so they can try to bring him back.
Got it.
Yep. So you gotta close the portals and stop that from happening.
Because I don't think I've played it since 2006, probably. Or maybe 2007. I might have had it a little after that. But it's hard to remember all the medieval political shit, you know what I mean?
There's so much lore.
Yeah. What's cool about Oblivion and Skyrim and this just whole universe, I guess, is like, or what I find most interesting about it is like the factions and how deep all of that goes. Because you'll go to like different cities and they'll still have like a mage guild, but it's a little different or it's a little darker. Obviously, there's different races and all those things. I think is it Skyrim you're born under a sign? There's astrology with it.
This one too.
Yep. So there's all this deep dive into almost like the game has these separate cultures to it. And that's, I feel, is one of the things that makes it so attractive and intriguing to play is all those, I don't know, the human element and the factions and things like that. Because like I say, it gets pretty dark. Plus, you can be stealth, or you can turn into a vampire. Can you turn into a werewolf too? I think you can turn into a werewolf.
Not in Oblivion.
Okay, I think you can in Oblivion, at least a vampire.
Vampire for sure.
I feel like
vampire for sure.
I did see a lot of people online that were like, I can't get very far in Oblivion because I keep turning into a vampire and I don't know why. And I'm like, that was me in Skyrim.
Yeah. And it's literally, you can like get bit or make a wrong choice and
you just get attacked by a vampire. Yeah, you can catch it. That's why I always carry potions of cure disease on me, okay? You fight 3 vampires after the cave, down that bad boy, you're good to go.
But I really. Oh, here's the part where I show all the weird looking people. What's going on with this woman? Look at her mouth.
I know it's
making
like
me uncomfortable.
It feels like the remaster gave all of the high elves plastic surgery.
Something else that's funny about Oblivion and Skyrim is they have like 6 voice actors.
They really do.
And like even like this, obviously a black man sounds like a 65-year-old white dude that also voices like all these other people.
Oh yeah, it's probably like 2 or 3 per race.
Yeah,
they try to sound different. Many. They don't.
It's probably more than 6, but you guys definitely know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, right.
Like the people keep coming back.
Right. See, her lips too. The high elves, I swear.
Yeah, it's weird. If you see the side-by-sides, like things are definitely improved, and a lot of characters look better than some of these NPCs, but like this. What is this? This is scaring me.
I know. One of them had like red eyes too, and Natasha was over, and she was like, "Stop talking to her. It's freaking me out."
Wait it. Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry. She's giving me a quest. I have to.
It is what makes the game so great is interacting with all like the townsfolk and the faction members and things like that, though, for sure.
Yeah. No, but real quick on the lore and a map. Maybe there's a better time where the map comes up, but it's really cool. Like, that's why people get so excited on where the next Elder Scrolls will be, because there's so much lore already in the previous ones. Like Skyrim, we know a lot about Skyrim in Oblivion already, but Skyrim's so much in the future that it's so cool to see these places that you know, but it's a completely different time.
I bet people are looking for stuff in the lore of places that have been mentioned that we haven't seen yet, and that's where it'll be.
Oh yeah, that's why people are guessing Elsewhere or Valenwood.
I've heard of the first one just because I can like see it spelled with the Y.
Yeah. The land of the high elves and the Khajiits.
Okay, I'd be down for that.
Yeah, because
Khajiits are the cats, right?
Yeah.
Because Cyrodiil is where Oblivion is. That's the Imperials, as we've discussed. Skyrim is the Nords. Daggerfall has been released. That's the Red Guards.
Yep.
Morrowind has been released. That's the Dunmer or the Dark Elves. Those guys right there. So we still got a few left.
Yeah. When's that coming out? You think it'll just drop out of nowhere? I doubt it.
They mentioned 2026, but that was like 2 years ago, and they have given no update since.
Yeah. And there hasn't, do they still support, not to get too far off topic, they still support Starfield? There's still people working on that?
Yeah, I mean.
Does it have updates? Does it have an online?
I don't think it has an online. It definitely has a lot of updates. I think not that many people are on it, so.
This is a good time to break off that anyway. There's been a bunch of people that have never played Oblivion that are bitching about the lockpicking. Have you seen that?
Babies.
It's like memes even.
They've never played Dark Souls.
It is one of the harder lockpicking. Can you explain it?
Yeah, so it's an old school tumbler, which is very accurate.
You're feeling like vibration, aren't you? Isn't that how it works?
Yeah, you're feeling the vibration and the timing of the stick. So you can kind of feel when the lockpick hits the top, where it meets. And sometimes it'll almost click into place or it'll stay for longer. So the time you know it's going to stay for longer is when you need to pull the pin and keep it up there.
Got it. I remember it being one of the tougher ones. Okay,
it is notoriously hard.
Yeah, we got to talk about this. So this is Gate to Oblivion right here. So
In all of
if you've
its
never played
glory.
this, Oblivion is, like you said, like a different world. You're going in, and it's like hell immediately.
Yeah, it's messed up.
Do you know how many Oblivion gates there are?
100.
There's 100?
Yes.
Holy
Wow.
shit. I found like 20 of them. I thought it was almost all of them. I guess I was really wrong about that.
More pop up as you progress through the main quest, and they're procedurally generated. So
Yeah.
there's actually only 6 designs
Okay.
besides
And
the main quest ones.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I do remember that. You keep seeing certain sections. Like you'll be out on bridgeways, like over lava. There's some elevated parts. But it is cool. Like I said, it's like hell.
And they kind of explain why they do that, which is clever of them, because back in the day, that would have just taken so much developing power. But the lore is like, well, he's not taking over the world yet. So the whole of Oblivion isn't here. It's just parts of it.
They act as dungeons, basically. So they're a little harder, or from what I remember, little higher difficulty than what you face out in the open world, unless you run into a real hard dungeon or something. A little harder, but a little better rewards, and usually some progression goes along with that, I guess, right?
Yeah. Alyssa even asked why I didn't do Oblivion gates that much, and I wait to level up before I go in because it makes it harder, but you get the best loot, especially being a heavy armor and the Daedric.
Crocodile man.
Yeah, these guys are such a cool character design.
Yeah.
But yeah, they drop the best loot, and the reward at the end actually lets you enchant gear. So when you wait till you're a higher level, better enchantments.
Yep. So what are you doing? Do you remember this one in particular? Man, I think you finished it though.
Yeah,
I think you finished it.
This one is right outside of a major city, very marshy area.
Are they always in the same places, or do they randomly generate the gates too?
Always in the same places.
They're always in the same places.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So usually there'll be one that pops outside of every major city, and then randomly throughout the map, town, province. They're called provinces.
And it's always cool when you find one too, because it at least how the art design is, it damages the area a little bit that it's sitting in, like it burns the grass back or the trees.
Right, like that bridge
on where
that
you are.
came up to it was made by the Oblivion Gate too. That should have all been water, and it just
I don't remember this guy at all.
the Atronachs.
The rock guy. Yeah, I don't remember that.
Well, you kicked his ass, so he wasn't
Yeah,
there long.
that was like a one hit. You like going into these overpowered, I guess.
Yeah, well, the difficulty is so weird. This is mid-level difficulty, and I put it up 1, and then I was getting my ass kicked.
Oh yeah, that's like a 1 to 10 difficulty setting or something, doesn't it?
It has 5.
5?
Yeah,
That's weird because you can't hit it halfway.
Yeah.
right. Well, no, I am halfway. I'm at 3.
Yeah, but that's more than half.
Well, there's 2 above, 2 below.
Okay, sure.
I know, 2.5. But
Yeah.
come on.
No, I get it.
Right.
If I'm looking at 5 items,
Yeah.
the third one. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so medium.
Anyway, yeah, I put it up 1.
More the
got
spider things.
destroyed. Yeah. Oh, there
Everywhere.
it is.
She's getting you from behind.
Yeah, just paralyzed me. Put me out of commission.
Yeah. How far along are you? Because you just recorded this a couple days ago, I want to say. 3 days ago.
Yeah. I mean, I've done a lot. Probably for main quest, only like a third of the way through. You were saying something about the achievements, right? And I was like, because everyone's just having fun.
Oh, there's a DLC, and it was like only like 0.3% of players have done this DLC so far. And Zach was like, well, yeah, everyone's just enjoying the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like there's just so much to do. And
What DLC? I'm trying to remember DLC for this. I didn't think DLC came out for this.
There
it
was.
came out years later.
Years later?
Yeah.
DLC wasn't as big a thing in 2006, for sure.
Well, that was one of the first Oblivion took a lot of heat for. It was like paid skins or something DLC. It was like
The horse armor.
The horse armor. They took a lot of heat for that because a lot of people think that started the microtransactions age.
Oh,
That they like kicked that off.
blaming Bethesda.
Yeah.
That's wild.
So I thought that was really interesting.
Which I can totally see the argument for, because if you trace it back, But to be fair, Oblivion came out like for years already.
You're doing epic shit right here. You're like the lord of the realm right here.
Oh,
Look at
yeah.
this.
Main runes Dagon.
You just fucked everybody up.
Oh, yeah. Bye-bye.
Close the gate.
Oh, good transition, Micah.
Right? But 21 minutes flies by, doesn't it?
It does. It really does.
Alyssa, I wanted to ask you, you're not playing Oblivion, but you like to like fall asleep to it or something?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, like from an outside perspective, like Zach, I know he loves Bethesda and his love for Skyrim is so deep. So when this came out, I got this for him right away. And my thing was you just have to play it by me. So when I was playing Clair Obscur, he was playing next to me on the couch. And I even bought these, like, I was so into watching him play Oblivion, I bought these lights for the back of our TV that light up with the game.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
you were telling me about that.
it has sensors that watch the TV so that, like, if you like throw a fireball, it like does the red across the back of the TV and stuff.
So where are the sensors?
It's a camera that sits on top that looks at the screen.
Yeah, so
Like
you put
straight
this,
down?
Yeah, so you put the sensors on in the
Okay.
beginning when you
so
calibrate
it's not like
it.
across the room.
No,
Right.
it sits on top.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really cool. So I got really into it that way. I was really blown away by, obviously the remaster is just insane. I looked at like old gameplay and then looked at him playing and like, it looks like a completely different game. And they really knew what the fans wanted because they knew the fans loved the glitchy, silly shit, you know, but they kept that and just made it beautiful and smooth. The running mechanic's really weird, but that's fine.
Yeah, two of our favorite
They like, float across. Are you talking about
Well,
how
they,
they
like-
don't make contact with the ground?
Well, they
either?
like lean forward so much. It's like almost a Naruto run, but they're moving the arms. Like it's crazy.
And it's so accurate when you're going uphill, but when you're flat on a street, it's like you're going to fall over.
Yeah. But I've been so into watching him play that like because I go to bed, I mean, early for me, like at like 10 or 11, I make him bring the Xbox in the bedroom so I can fall asleep watching him play. Because I love it. It's so immersive. It's such a cool game. There's so much going on.
Yeah,
it's so
it's got a good audio vibe to
Yeah.
it too. Even though there's only a few voice actors, they're still like so familiar. And Oblivion has a killer soundtrack. There's lots of ambient like
Yes.
Yeah.
this sounds like Starlight, you know, like
Yeah.
shit like that. Like
Yeah.
it's all magical.
Or even if you're like in the market district in the day, you'll hear people talking and then like just the perfect faintness or the background will have like a calming melody, almost like you can hear the music coming from the building across the way.
Yeah.
It's just so well done.
Yeah, I love it. I love watching him play, and I love listening to him play while I fall asleep.
Nice.
Yeah, they crushed everything. It was amazing. I even asked her when we were ordering the lights, I'm like, what size should we do for your TV? And she's like, no, do yours because it'll look so cool during Oblivion. I'm like,
Yeah, and you don't.
I won't argue with
usually-
that.
Yeah, you usually don't play on the TV either. Usually
yeah,
at your
usually at my
and-
desk.
Yeah, that's cool. I want to see it. I want to see it with the lights.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I want to play it too. Maybe I should get it. I want to get one of those. I don't know. I'm obsessed
Play
with
Obscure.
I'm obsessed with the show right now, like really super bad. It's almost to the
Valid.
point where I was going to cut a bunch of video of me like ripping packs for 2 hours
Yes.
of baseball cards and talking about it. But
You should.
I'm going to be ready to jump into some kind of action. I almost lean toward Oblivion. I know that's weird. I know I
Not
owe,
weird.
I
It's
owe
fine.
it
It's
to
wrong, but it's okay.
Player Obscure to play because you loved it so much. But it's the same kind of thing. Like I played that a long time ago.
That nostalgia.
Plus, it's $49.99, I think,
Oh,
Free on Game Pass.
So is Clear Obscure.
or free on Game Pass.
Both
So-
of them are on Game Pass.
Yeah, and they're both $49.99 otherwise.
So you could do a
Yeah.
little month or
Player Obscure.
try.
I thought it was a full 70.
Nope.
Really, it's
It's
50
50
bucks too.
Yep. Wow. I know. Dude.
And all this
Listening to their fans.
Yeah, Nintendo's like Mario Kart's going to be $320. They're over here like $50, like it was when you were a kid.
Yes.
Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it. I'm jealous. I enjoyed watching your gameplay when I put the gameplay video together. I was like, man, I really want to play this. Plus all the familiar voices and everything. And
Nee, 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 nee,
yeah.
nee, 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 nee.
Yeah, they kept the
That's
double.
a good impression. Damn.
They kept the double take in too. you talk to a lady and she's like, wait, that's not right. Let me do that again.
Oh yeah,
Then she says it.
That was a viral thing for a while.
Oh, good.
So many good. And I love seeing all the like TikToks of the streamers where like there's glitches and someone goes flying in the air.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just so good. It's so quirky and silly. I love it.
Right. And like even the horses going up the mountains, like Skyrim, you could do it too, but it was almost like prideful playing Oblivion and then seeing people talk about Skyrim and how funny the horses were. I'm like, oh, that's nothing. Shadowmere, the horse you saw earlier, I could scale like 60 degrees, just nothing.
It's funny. I wonder if there's a whole like Skyrim generation that never played Oblivion that's playing
Yes.
Oblivion
There is.
for the first time, I guess.
100%.
It's all over the internet.
Even though those games only came out, because Skyrim was 11, 11, 11?
5. Yep.
So 5 years apart, but so many
National Metal Day.
But Skyrim was like remade, remastered, re-released.
Yeah. On your refrigerator.
Re-platformed everywhere that people jumped into it way later.
It's just like me with Morrowind. I've played Morrowind, but there's people that still 10 toes down say Morrowind's the best.
And it's like top-down, isn't it?
It's
Like the old Fallouts.
It's still third person, but it's like aerial or bird's eye.
Top down is.
Yeah, so somewhere in between, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Okay,
it's not
fair.
like the old school Zelda.
A lot of dialogue. It's just like dialogue choices that aren't like spoken. You're just reading it.
Yeah, and I get the potential because like the lore builds the same, it's moving, but I'm like, it's not immersive. Oblivion lets you like be that person.
Yeah, I was like the first one to do that. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I remember the first time I played it, and I got outside after the fucking, you're in jail,
Sewers,
you're in jail and
yeah.
all that. And I think wherever you come out, it's like autumn. I want to say it feels like it is. Like the trees have like autumn colors.
Always,
I
yeah.
remember being like, "This is fucking awesome." The trees are moving a little bit. You can see the leaves. Like I can go anywhere.
Yeah. Just looking at the like all the different plants in the remaster, because I remember being
Way more detailed. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember being blown away at the graphics back then and not remembering how, cheesy they were compared to nowadays.
Yeah.
So you go and it's
Blowing our mind back in the day.
yeah, bergamot, and I'm like, that looks like bergamot in real life. What is going on?
Well, I'm glad it's out. I'm glad it's making people happy. I'll get to it eventually, both of those games. But Oblivion looks kick-ass. Thanks for coming on to talk about it. Thanks for giving me the gameplay.
Thanks for having me.
You're pretty good.
My pleasure.
That's like right up your alley, so it looked like you were pretty good at it.
Yeah.
You're good at leveling your guy and taking
Yeah.
those bitches out.
Yeah, I know the ins and outs of it.
All right. Congrats on the marriage.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for coming on. Alyssa?
Goodbye.
Peace. Goodbye.